Welcome back to the Nkoloma Stadium, and it's Butcon who are leading 1-0 against Lusaka Dynamos. So we are underway for the second stanza here, and of course, Lusaka Dynamos will be attacking the goal on the right on your screen. You can also confirm. We can also confirm that there's one change that has been made just before the start of the second half that has seen Butcon Football Club bringing in Timothy Sakala in place of the youngster Isaac Peary, who ran his socks off in the first half and has since exited. So that's a confirmation. Timothy Sakala, on loan from Zanaco Football Club, brought in the 25-year-old in place of the youngster 19-year-old Isaac Peary. So time now for Lusaka Dynamos to show us what probably was the pep talk that came through in terms of the instructions from Mr. Takatiko, and also on the other side, what could have been done in terms of the Butcon side in terms of extending the slender 1-0 lead that they are currently having here at the Nkoloma Stadium. So let's see how they're going to take this one. With Colin Sikombe now with the responsibility. They've pushed a decent number of players in the box 6 according to my count. And it was a good header as well from Marvin Jerd. No one was sighting his movement and closing in on Marvin Jerd when that cross was coming through. There have been a good reaction just in the second half, the same way the Butcon side managed to get that early goal. So, Bwezani, welcome back. Second half with us, and you had an opportunity to go downstairs from this commentary position, interact with the fans that have come through, and just what is the general feeling, and what sort of game should we expect in the second half?
Well, actually, what they say is exactly what we were saying. Too much breakdowns in the middle of Lusaka Dynamos, and of course, looking at how Lusaka Dynamos could actually come back into the game, there is that opportunity.
He offers his apologies because he had time and space to move forward. Second time he's doing that. I talked about it in the first half where he got the better of a Lusaka Dynamos defender, but alas, instead of releasing the ball, took a little bit of time, and in the process, recovery coming good. Even as that header takes out the ball from Zephania Peary. Obashi brings in Sikombe. They look a more organized side in the second half. Lusaka Dynamos, or probably we've spoken too early. Oh, the goalkeepers haven't been tested so far. Speaking of which, yesterday it was good to see the positive comments that came through from the coach for Sekukani in the match against TS Galaxy, where Tostan Sabata was between the sticks. His team managing to beat the Sean Bartlett coached TS Galaxy, and there's been a lot of change in terms of the goalkeeping department also at the Chipolopolo setup. Now we've got the likes of Gregory Sanjase, Lamek Siame, and Sirio Chiwe for the back-to-back games that Zambia is playing on this coming week. Thursday, to be more precise. The team, as we speak, is fine-tuning Cameroon up against Equatorial Guinea in Malabo on Thursday, 18 hours kickoff, and then again 18 hours kickoff on Sunday the 10th at the National Heroes Stadium. 20,000 fans allowed. Now picked up by Chipioka Songa. The youngster again, too late, and also very slow in terms of reasoning the pass, and that was good cover that was done by Lineo Bongong.
Well, those are the opportunities that they need to take quickly and seriously. Lusaka Dynamos, they seem to have changed positivity. Chipioka, of course, in that run, just delaying a bit to pass it on and try to do damage up front. That they have to do pretty well.
I don't know if you've observed that most teams now in the Zambian Super Division don't have names on the shirts. Could it be an issue of not budget constraints, or maybe probably feeling that it's best they do it that way so that anyone can wear what jersey? Because in the recent past, you probably have all the names of the players on the shirts, regardless the whole registered squad for that season. Cleared out by Mayenge, but it's Placete Boleke. Mundia is claiming too soft. Come on, play to the whistle, Mundia. Kembo. Very stuck in there. The ball actually hitting him. So a drop ball, and there should be advantage for the Butcon side, who look like they had won the with the possession there.
So the young star Chipioka looks to have come back from that halftime talk so charged, looking pretty good, and I hope those deliveries will be good for the team as well.
Oh yeah. Musa. Jerry. Clear out from captain Zephania Piri. Touch on slight one from Hantobolo. Played back all the way to goalkeeper Daniel Munyao. Kembo. Obashi. Combination of Obashi and Shit hasn't worked so far. It hasn't hewed anything in terms of getting a goal.
Well, the expectations of them ticking pretty well. It will be dependent on how the midfield of Lusaka Dynamos actually do provide those balls getting into either Mweshi or David Obashi.
Throw taken by Lusaka Dynamos. Again, similar pattern. They seem to have mastered this very well, Butcon, with the way they outnumber in Lusaka Dynamos in the midfield. Mayenge. It was a good touch on from Shite Mweshi. Finds Maluda Sikombe. Oshen Moshuri. Just like the way he steps on the ball before he whips in a cross, although that one was a poor delivery from
See, those are the breakdowns I'm talking about, Matimba. Lusaka Dynamos have to take it easy, calm. I know they're in a hurry to actually equalize, but of course, the more they're in a hurry, the more mistakes are made in that midfield. Of course, Butcon enjoying that. It's advantage to them.
Somewhat going down a bit in terms of the area attacks, especially that we saw in the Butcon side. Placete Boleke. Kizito Kezuron. The Uganda now venturing forward.
Hey, Poso, go, go, go.
Kizito. The back post too much for Hantobolo. Shows appreciation with the thumbs up sign for that cross that was intended for him. The team there, he made his name, is in the background in the meantime warming up for the next game where they're coming up. So it will be Zambia Air Force sponsored versus Zambia National Service. So the service defense and security set up for this matchup, and I can imagine what result will bring in terms of the debates tomorrow in those offices regarding what might just pan out. Found Sikombe.
So he got stuck to the ball, put themselves down, and of course, well, not difficult to actually for the referee because they were just pulling themselves. So easy for everyone, and you won't expect a yellow or red in that instance.
Well, the referee is trotting all the way here. There must be something that could have happened. And Jimmy Mitchell is whispering something to Milton Mwemba. Oshen Moshori defended by Butcon, who come away with Kizito Kezron. Onyao with the kick out. All the way now to go. Malekane almost inviting trouble himself, and there's also one clever way of the goalkeepers, the way they buy a bit of minutes. Oh, good ball now. Good for a cross here. Chance for Chipioka, chance for Marvin Jara, and a good save by Malekane. Wow. Just got a confirmation that the ref was expressing concern with the players that are in red that are warming up behind the Butcon goal. It might just disturb and look like it's the Butcon players that are warming up. So yeah, that was a concern, a mini conversation that referee Mwemba had with his assistant Michello, fourth official. But what about that good save from Prince Malekane?
Well, brilliant chance by Lusaka Dynamos. They had a number of chances to actually make it work. Well, Joseph Zimba actually passing it on. Chipioka with an assist, and of course a big save by the goalkeeper Malekane. Chipioka would have actually been very active to tap in the rebound and cause trouble for the goalkeeper.
So first change for Lusaka Dynamos have brought in Harry Kayula for the youngster Songa Chipioka. And they're also ready to bring in the Namibian Willie Patrick Stefanes in place of David Obashi. So the Namibian can such be a tricky customer in terms of handling him. Remember the combination that formed with Mini Cooper last season?
Yeah.
So what do you make of the two changes?
Well,
double substitution, yeah?
I would have thought Lasa Kiala was actually best suited to work with the Marvin Jerry in that midfield. But of course, David Obashi, he's been isolated up front. And Stefanes, of course, will bring more urgency. And of course, talk about the set pieces. There are now two players in this Lusaka Dynamos team that could actually be used in Stefanes and Ocean Mushu.
Oh, he's urging the referee to issue a yellow card. Gift Lukwesa. Well, he's putting on gloves regardless of the weather. Yeah, gloves. Big boot forward now. Looking for a second ball now. Is Butcon for that run from Gift Lukwesa.
But imagine if Butcon is to sustain this, they'll actually go second, 3 points behind Green Buffaloes. So much competition at the early of the season, top of the FAS MTN Super League, Martin.
I think the questions that will come through, even as we reach possibly round 10 or towards the end of this year, will be issues of depth in terms of squads. Because you really need depth. You can come up with all those good results, but as the league goes on, you tend to have suspensions, you tend to have injuries, and if you've got depth, then you can see it off in terms of the whole season. So it's an interesting season, though. Now, Sikombe with the attack up against Sevellini. And too close to goalkeeper Prince Malekane, the former Chambishi man. Speaking of which, Chambishi yesterday were beaten at home 2-0 by Green Buffaloes. At a venue that has produced great players in the past, Chambishi grounds, really. There's a lot of history, I'll tell you, Bwezani, when you talk of Chambishi Football Club. I mean, the likes of Davis Piri have come from there.
Well, serious pushing there and just went to the ground. Set piece to Butcon. Butcon will enjoy as much as possible all these delays, as they know they have that one goal, which they needed to add up in the first half where they had a lot of possession.
I'll tell you the story about Chambishi. Let me see first of all this movement. Good touch on. Cleared out by Weta Placide de Boleke. Jerry. For some advancement to be made by the attack with Lukwesa. So saying that's a place